Warrior class, rise up. Warrior class, stand up. Warrior class, show up. Warrior class, speak up. It's Amaja again coming at you. Today's topic, ethnic cleansing, cultural cleansing. Go ahead and put me in your headphones. Go ahead and put me on the Bluetooth. Go ahead and click the like. Go ahead and click the share. And for those that have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so we can get this thing kicking. As you can tell, school class is in session. So let's rock out. Let's keep it nice and tight. I'm going to do it about 30 minutes. Again, I'm trying to get it small, get it short, concise, and to the point. What I mean by cleansing is there are those that are amongst us that we, the warrior class, have to get out of the ranks. What I'm trying to explain to you is this. Y'all know I'm not really with a whole bunch of words. I'm not. I'm really not word savvy. I'm really not charismatic. I'm really not any of all that. I'm just straight to the point. There are people that are looking like us, looking like me, talking like us, talking like me. And for the most part, they sometimes move the way we move. And we don't know if they're going to toe the line. We don't know if they're down. We don't know if they're all in. Not until it's too late. My job is to show you guys and to teach you guys how to detect who's in, who's out, based off a few words or key phrases or talking points they may use. So when they use that statement, you can't judge a book by its cover, I understand what they're teaching you. They teach you in a way to talk against or to explain away everything. Right? There's a counter statement for every statement. You guys need to know who's a comrade and who's not. Who's bona fide and who's not. So what do I mean? Again, some things I'm going to explain, some things I'm not. When you are at a certain level, I should be able to say things and you understand it. No matter how articulate I am and how articulate I'm not, you should be able to understand it. If I say something and you don't understand it the way that I said it, chances are it's not for you. So instead of you saying, yeah, I like what he said, or I don't understand, can somebody tell me what he meant by this? No matter what is said, no matter what is said, no matter how it's said, your best bet is to get out of here. Go ahead and get up on out of here. This is not for you. You're not a warrior. In essence, you don't need 1,000 books to determine whether or not you are or are not a warrior. And that's male or female. When I speak the way that I speak, when I give it to you, when you hear it, and you understand it, without using a whole lot of words, it applies to you. That's that warrior class. If I say something like, for example, we got to have an ethnic cleansing, a cultural cleansing, and you say to yourself, well, what does he mean? What is he talking about? It ain't for you. This isn't for you. So you can remove yourself out of here already. I don't need to sit around here and complain and explain. One of the reasons why we're having a difficulty with fixing our own nation and our own community is because you guys really don't understand the process and the step that needs to be done. Some of you really do like the way things are. I go amongst you. I walk amongst you. When I talk about fixing and cleaning up ourselves, people look at me like I'm talking a foreign language. The only reason why they will look at me like I'm talking a foreign language is because when I said we need to fix ourselves, we need to clean up our own neighborhoods. I don't need to wait on white America to gentrify my neighborhood, especially when I got black businesses, black contractors, black real estate licensed individuals. Why would I need to wait on white America or Arab or the Hispanic culture to come to America or the Haitian? Why would I need to wait on anybody to clean my own yard? When I say that, you know how the non-warrior is looking at me? Like, man, no, nobody want to hear that. Understand, the only thing that you all really, really want is a paycheck. You want a paycheck so you can go smoke some more. You want a paycheck so you can drink some more. You know where I'm at? I'm that type of dude that will, if we were to get reparations, if we were to get a check, cut the check, I'm that type of dude that I'll make every last citizen pay some type of fee for cleaning up the neighborhood. Understand, all of you aren't going to fall in line, and I understand that. If I got 10 dudes, male or female, if I got 10 people that I looked at and I can see where it needs room for improvement, I know all 10 aren't going to say, okay, I'll improve. I already know one of them is going to give me some resistance. I already know that. But I expect that. Just like I expect a little bit of resistance, guess what else I expect? A remedy. So if the male or female is giving me resistance after I said we need a cultural cleansing, an ethnic cleansing, by default, you just became expendable. Now we're not going to worry about that. Go ahead, lights out. Light check him. Go ahead and light check her. You guys are holding on tooth, claw, and nail to a destructive culture. You know we can't go into another 100 years with the gang culture. You know we can't go into another 10 years with the gang culture. You know this. You already know we can't go another 15, another 20, another 30 years with whole logic and whole culture. You already know this world, that lifestyle has a shelf life. What I'm saying isn't stupid. What I'm saying makes perfect sense. The way that you guys are moving has a shelf life. Who in their right mind wants to move that way forever? How many more dead bodies do you guys really want to claim? Senselessly. How many more rap stars, how many more people, generations, all they want to do is grow up and rap? How many more generations do you want of that? So you guys are thinking that we're going to get our act together in another 20 more years? No, you've already conditioned. You've already trained. You've already instilled into your sons and daughters that are 15 and under that they are expecting a life of zero. Somebody's going to be a slave in a system of capitalism. Somebody. And with the way that the other nations are moving, there's no way that they're going to be a slave culture. You guys have already designated yourselves as a slave culture. So when I say ethnic cleansing, a cultural cleansing, those who understand what I said, those who are on my level understand exactly what I said. Those who are not on my level don't understand what I said, and they need me to explain it. Now, at the same time, I know I'm going to get resistance. I'm going to get resistance from both. I'm going to get resistance from the ones that understand, and I'm going to get resistance from the ones that don't understand. But hear me. The only reason why I'm going to get resistance, and you know that I'm right, is because you haven't done the necessary work for change. And what you would rather do is wait just a little bit longer to see if what I'm talking about is effective. Not whether or not if it makes sense. You already know it makes sense. What you're going to do is you're going to wait to see how effective it is. So that means Instead of you getting with me right now at the ground level, at the grassroots level, you're going to wait until it's probably 3 to 5 years later until until you can see the effectiveness of it. Instead of you getting with me right now, reaching out to me right now on my channel, on my Facebook page, what you're going to do is you're going to wait 3 to 6 months until enough people get with me. It'd be almost like the same thing with the NFAC. When that man said, "This is how I'm feeling, this is how we should move," he may not have had recruits. But once you seen him out there in the street with such a large body of recruits and comrades and participants, that's when you guys said, "Yeah, I want in on that." Because now you see its effectiveness. So what you guys do is like a trial and error. You know what I'm saying is right. You know what I'm saying is true. The problem is you're not at my level to get out here and get it with me. That's the problem. You're at a different level. You're not at my level to link up with me, reach out to me, so we can get it on and popping. You're at that other level. That level says, let's just wait to see which way it goes. Where I'm at and the who's I'm talking to the male and the female that know ain't nothing gonna move unless you move it yourself. That's where I'm at. What I'm telling you is, these are the things that gotta come out of our life. Understand, I'm not talking about perfection. I am not talking about a utopia. I am not talking about heaven on earth. And I am not talking about a paradise. What I'm talking about is I need to go in my community and I need to be safe in my community. I need to be able to walk up and down the block at any given moment and not have to worry about a stray bullet, especially if I'm not moving in the way of destruction. So you want an example? Well, what do you mean by that? I don't understand. When Nipsey Hussle was shot and killed, it was absolutely no reason why he was shot and killed by one of us. But it happened. I'm not moving in the way of destruction. Don't hustle, don't sell drugs, I don't steal, I don't rob, and I don't scam. So I really should not be afraid of my own kind in my own neighborhood. I should get an automatic pass. 9-year-old girls, 3-year-old girls. I live in the city of Richmond. These kids are being killed by straight bullets because somebody's not reaching out to these shooters and telling them to dead that. You hear me now making the stance. We need to dead that. There's no excuse. There's no excuse, family. Listen. I'm not your enemy. I don't care if we have a territory war or a beef war or whatever. I don't care if you slept with my female. You guys are so off code. You guys are running around here making hoes wives. You're putting your lives on the line for the BITCHs. Where they do that at? Since when did any king go to war over a jump off? When did any boss go around here and shoot up a whole town over a side chick? She's a side chick. She's supposed to be at this level, and the only thing you really give her is some sexual intimacy and some money. That's all she was supposed to get. How do you guys end up trying to make these people your actual queen? I don't have time to teach you guys the game. I'm not. I'm telling you, it's time to clean house. You listen to this video, share it with your man, share it with your boys, share it with your brother, share it with the males in your family. Those males are going to hear what I had to say and they're like, yeah, he's right. When that female says, oh, I'm fine then, you were supposed to get in your car and leave it alone at that. She's not yours. It's like you guys don't know the difference between the whore and a real chick, you guys don't know the difference. If she's my jump off, I'm not supposed to get my jump off pregnant. What the hell is wrong with you dudes? Only one person has keys to the kingdom. Only one person has rights to my throne. If I was a king and I had 17 concubines, I'm not going to get all 17 of those concubines pregnant. What's the matter with you dudes? Not only even if I did get 17 of those concubines pregnant, only one of them, that heir gets the access to the throne. Not the other 17, 16, 15, 14. It don't work that way. So this is the reason why I made her my wife. And let me say it again. They're going to talk away everything because they have learned how to talk away everything. We ain't got to get married. You can be together forever if you, and you don't have to get married. Look. You guys keep blurring the lines and you'll never understand. I'm a warrior. And I'm at this level. Not only am I at this level, I'm also at this degree. And since I'm at this level and I'm at this degree, I can tell you right now, you make her your wife because that gives her access to your kingdom, to your legacy. You don't put the whore, the jump off at the same parallel as the wife. What would you do that for? And if I got to keep giving you extra examples so you don't understand what I'm saying, then that means it ain't for you. I said it loud and clear and plain and simple. This is your side piece. This is your jump off. You don't love her and you don't share with her intimacies that you give your wife. She kicks in when your wife is in an attitude moment, when she's on her menstrual cycle, or when she's out of town. That's when she kicks in. But you don't ever put your jump off or your side piece on the exact same level as your wife. That's stupid. But you guys have been doing that for a long time. And if you guys got it wrong, time to fix it. Ethnic cleansing, cultural cleansing. Warrior class. You need to reach out to your family members and it's time for us to tighten them up. So when we see that young dude sitting around here with his pants hanging, with his pants sagging, he's going to have to choose a side. Either you're going to choose a side of homosexuality, choose a side of incarceration, or you tighten up and walk this line. We're warriors. By default, we were never supposed to rot in jail. So if I go out there and I take the life of another human being, I'm not supposed to go sit somewhere in jail and rot. If I take the life of another human being, when them people come to get me, I'm supposed to have a full blazing, all-out war gunfight. That's all I'm supposed to do. So in case you don't know, that's called death by suicide by police. That's called suicide by police. Because I'm not supposed to rot in jail after I done took 4 people's lives. Makes no sense. But a coward will do that. A bully coon will do that. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. We're off code. We're off code in such a major way. Well, again, I said ethnic cleansing. I said cultural cleansing. So you're hearing about what's going on with DJ The Lad. I'm just checking my time. You hear what's going on with The Lad TV. And I understand. But I told you guys years ago, all of them need to come up on out of this culture. All of them. The only reason why they're in this lane is because you cowards, you slaves have allowed them in this lane. I'm not going to jump all over the place because I'm talking about ethnic and cultural. You need to understand that you guys are slaves. And you need to understand why you keep falling for the same okey doke, trick, and trap. The number one thing, rule, purpose, sustainability for a slave, the number one accomplishment a slave can acquire before he or she is put in that ground is the acknowledgement of the master that they're the same. I'm pausing so that it registers. The number one thing that a slave desires before he or she is put in that ground is to prove to the master that the slave is as good as the master or the same. That is the reason why you keep letting white people in and around you. White people have no business in any of our gangs, legal or illegal. White, Hispanics, Asians, Moroccans, none of them have any business in any organization of ours. And if you disagree with what I'm saying because you are a slave, you will disagree. I want either one of you to show me 20 black men that represent the Aryan nation. I want you guys to show me 20 black men that represents white power organizations, KKK. I want you guys to show me 20 black men that say they're Japanese Yakuza, but they're black. I want you guys to understand what I'm telling you. You are a slave. So you let them into your gangs, you let them into your cliques, you let them into your groups, you let them into your music, you let them have access to everything that is yours because you are trying to prove to that white slave master that you are equally as good as them. On the same side of that, you let them in because you hope that they can get you here. So you call yourself trying to use them or exploit them because of their skin complexion. You can't exploit them. You can't. And it's been tried and you can't. Even though I started out with DJ Vlad, what I'm telling you is you can't exploit them. You couldn't exploit them with Eminem. You couldn't exploit them with John B. You couldn't exploit them with Michael McDonald. You couldn't exploit them with Snow. You couldn't exploit them with Daryl Hall and John Oates. You couldn't exploit them with the Bee Gees. You couldn't exploit them with the Beatles. You couldn't exploit them with the Rolling Stones. You couldn't exploit them with the Beastie Boys. You couldn't exploit them with Vanilla Ice. You couldn't exploit them with any person, any white boy's name. Any. You cannot exploit them, but they can exploit you. And they have. Some of you have heard about $5 Indians. Where they do that at? You're now hearing about Rachel Dolezal. How she's a white girl that played as a sister for 20 years. President of the NAACP. You just heard about another white girl who actually did the same thing. Said she was black. She said she was black and Hispanic. You can't exploit them. Especially if you represent this color. But they can exploit you. They can exploit you because you're trying to prove to them you're as smart as them, you're as fast as them, you're as strong as them. So every time you come up with something, every time you come out with something, you run it by them first. What you think about this? Listen. They haven't created nothing on this earth without the assistance and the access of someone else. Everything they acquired and created on this earth has been a byproduct of someone else's invention. I know y'all don't know. You don't read, you don't study. Don't make a big deal about it. It's not a big deal. All you need to do is fall in line. Well, I don't understand. I'm not asking you to understand. I'm asking you. You going to fall in line or you going to become the line? Which one is it? Those that want to understand are going to go out there and they're going to do the research to understand. Those that don't understand, you don't care if you understand if you don't understand. I really don't care. What I want to know is, are you going to fall in line or are you going to become the line? Get these people out of the community. Get them out of our culture. Get them out of our faces. They don't belong. And anybody that bring them around, you guys like gang culture so much, you're in love with it. But you don't adhere to any of the rules. You don't uphold any of the rules. Everything is iffy. Everything is how I feel. I don't want to go too long. Got to keep everything contextual. Ethnic cleansing, cultural cleansing. We gotta clean our closet, black family. We have to clean our closets. The drug dealers got to tighten up. The scammers got to tighten up. The whore culture has to tighten up. Lazy ass parents that don't want to really teach their kids, don't even want the kids. We all got to tighten up. Clergy got to tighten up. But politicians got to tighten up. Black business owners have to clean it up. Warrior class, rise up. Warrior class, speak up. Warrior class, show up. Warrior class, stand up. Black power.